So in my last video on this channel, and I mean video, not live stream, not debate, I talked to you guys about Devon Tracy being among the many content creators that were banned off of YouTube. His channel is Atheism is Unstoppable, AIU2, AIU Resurrection. All of them have been obliterated off of the platform, and it has recently come back that his appeal to his deletion was denied. Now, was it denied with any particular reason? No, it was just a copy and paste email, denial of his appeal, and his channel is gone. Now, I'm going to keep you updated on this situation because Devon might land somewhere else, but for the time being, I'm just going to link, like I did in that last video, his Twitch and other social medias where you can still find him. He's just starting out on Twitch, so I definitely recommend you check him out over there. And for those of you who are already typing in the comments that you don't particularly like Devon or whatever person that was banned, I don't really care about your opinion on the people that you don't like that got banned off the platform. The point is, they shouldn't have been banned off the platform, and everybody wants to make an excuse like this person's bad, this person's controversial, this person should have been banned, when in reality we're not focusing on the fact that the Overton window for acceptable political discussion is shrinking. Stefan Molyneux is one of the people that have been banned off this platform. I have never once in my entire life watched a full Stefan Molyneux video. In fact, the thing that I know Stefan Molyneux best for is him tweeting at people about their eggs being, gone or too old, women in their 30s. That's not something that I personally find appealing or interesting, and while I'm well aware of the fact that his content goes far beyond telling women in their 30s that their eggs are drying up, I don't watch him, but I still don't want him banned off the platform. Weird egg thing and all. So go support these creators that were banned and stop making excuses and accepting the restrictions on speech and conversation on these platforms based on your petty personal disagreements with this person. Even if a person is horrible and they're saying horrible things, they shouldn't be banned off the platform. And if they're saying things that are enticing people to commit crimes, then that is a crime in and of itself. And it's not the job of the corporation of Google or YouTube to ban that person. It is the job of the criminal justice system to prosecute that person for the crime. Stop normalizing the idea that people should get banned for saying the wrong things. Stop normalizing the idea that somebody who's your political opponent should be silenced just because you consider them to be your political opponent. Enough is enough. Now, while some great YouTubers who have made their names on this platform and grown and found their audiences on this platform have recently been banished from this platform, I have some good news for you people out there because there are still new independent creators coming up. There are still creators that can wow us with fantastic growth and amazing speed and just gain a lot of traction organically. And of course, I'm talking about the latest and greatest addition to the YouTube family, the one and only independent creator, Brie Larson. For those of you who don't know, Brie Larson managed to make her mark on YouTube by gaining, at the time of me recording this video, over 200,000 subscribers by just posting one video. And sure, she had a little bit of help, but who among us has not had famous corporate-friendly YouTube creators appear on our original video to promote us, plus a guest appearance on the Hot Ones show, which is incredibly popular on YouTube? Who among us have not been put artificially at the front of trending at the launch of our channel? Brie Larson is just that organically popular and good and swell, and this channel is not like her casting interviews. It's not like her acting reel. This channel is her. It's her in her most independent and raw form, and we should all be excited. Not just Jeremy from The Quartering, who I'm sure is thinking about remodeling his kitchen with the money that he's going to make from responding to Brie Larson's new videos, but all of us should be happy that this is the YouTube community that we're moving closer to.
Hi, I'm Brie Larson. Oh, God. Hi, I'm Brie Larson. I'm an actor. You might know me from Captain Marvel.
Now, all joking aside, and all serious points aside about the corporatization of YouTube as a platform as a whole, how independent creators are being shoved to the side in order to promote mainstream celebrities, this is just a funny story. It's just a story that makes me laugh because the video is presented and stated to be presented as a very authentic slice of this actress's life, and it's sort of made to be a response to a lot of the online hate that specifically does come from this platform of YouTube, but the video manages to fail in every single regard of its stated objectives.
Or maybe you know me from nothing. Maybe you just randomly from the algorithm clicked on this, but regardless, hello, I'm starting a YouTube channel. Why am I starting a YouTube channel? Great question. YouTube has been a place that I have learned so much. Whether it's been like how to use my printer, or it's been watching like how to be a considerate activist.
Now, longtime viewers of this channel, people who were around when the trailer for Captain Marvel dropped, and people who were around for my review post the movie Captain Marvel, know that among the anti-SJW sphere, I tend to have a unique take on Brie Larson, in that I don't find her particularly offensive, I just find her uniquely uncharismatic. As I said in my original videos, and I got a lot of pushback for and a lot of hate for, because you guys are immature and you cannot just bend the knee and recognize when I'm right, which is 100% of the time, Brie Larson is actually a good actress. I've seen 2 movies that she's done, Captain Marvel, which I didn't really care for, and Room, which is on Netflix, and I know it's on Amazon Prime, or it might be on Amazon Prime, but not on Netflix yet, and it's absolutely fantastic, and I believe she won Best Actress for it. So when I saw her cast as Captain Marvel, I was actually excited, because we've seen this thing happen before where you cast somebody that people don't think really fits the role, and then they go into the movie and they knock it out of the park. Now, that wasn't the case for Brie Larson, and she was just bad. But even that, I don't think she was bad because she's a bad actress. I think she was bad because she's not very charismatic, and the writing of that movie wasn't good. If you go back to my original review, I actually talk about the things in the movie that are actually missing, and I don't really put it all on her, because again, if you're not given a lot to work with, it's hard to have a really good performance. And if you're not uniquely charismatic on your own, it's hard to make that bad lines work. You really need to work with the actress that you have, and once you cast her, you have to write around their strengths and their weaknesses. Now, the other opinion about Brie Larson that I hold that a lot of people tend to write angry comments about, despite it being 100% accurate, is that Brie Larson's politics are not unique among actors in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Almost every single actor in the MCU, with probably the exception of Chris Pratt, believe the same things that Brie Larson believes. They're just as progressive as Brie Larson. I mean, Chris Evans literally took out an ad, or not even took out an ad, he created a publication specifically to be anti-Trump. All of the Marvel MCU actors appeared in a commercial about how Orange Man is bad and how we can't let Orange Man be president either through the Electoral College or prior to the election. I'll play the clip if you don't believe me, but yes, they are all in there.
On Tuesday, November 8th, this country will make one of the most important.
The most important.
You might think it's not important. You might think you're not
A
important.
disease or
Ecological crisis or
A racist, abusive coward who could permanently damage the fabric of our society.
Again, the difference between Brie Larson and these other actors in the MCU is that their movies are better, their movie characters are better, and they're more charismatic outside of their movies in interviews than Brie Larson. So we're going to set all the typical nonsense that people attack Brie Larson with aside, and we're going to make fun of her video, but I just wanted to get all that stuff out of the way just so people don't view this as another generic hate for Brie Larson video, when in reality what this is another generic mocking celebrities for pretending to be authentic video, when clearly what they're doing is the definition of inauthenticity.
Following video is just me getting warmed up and feeling this out and getting to talk with a lot of really brilliant, awesome creators.
Now, as you can tell, just from a quick glance at the first few seconds of this video, that this video is extraordinarily overproduced. The graphics are already made professional style. She's doing it in such a way that it looks like a vlogger channel or a makeup channel, but she's also pretending that it's very spontaneous when clearly the cuts and all these things are focus group tested and pulled from the most successful, most manufactured YouTube creators on this platform. Now look, I wouldn't have a problem with this. No, scratch that. I don't have a problem with this. It's just funny to point this out because again, this is being presented to us as a real look into the mind of Brie Larson, when again, this is another processed thing that it looks like her publicist or her agent encouraged her to do. this couldn't be less of an accurate look at Brie Larson, and yet it's presented to us as some form of authenticity. And in the very beginning of this video, you tend to get a hint of how inauthentic this is, with this whole bit about how Brie Larson doesn't know if she's recording this or she wasn't recording the video, and the YouTuber, who I've never heard of, no shade, she's probably infinitely more popular than I am, says, "Don't worry, I got the recording of this for you."
Hi!
Oh, hi! Wait, I'm trying to figure out how to record this.
Okay.
Oh, shoot. Quick, how do I do this? Oh, wait,
I
you're
think-
recording. Am I recording?
I'm recording. Yeah, I'm recording. So if you can click on the bottom, I think there's a record button.
Is there?
Yeah, I'm sweating.
This is clearly a pre-planned recorded bit. There are specific cuts to wider shots than are available to the other YouTuber, who's supposedly just coincidentally recording this call, as if that's not insanely creepy to do if you're just talking to somebody spontaneously on the internet, to Brie Larson's other reactions. So it's a wider angle than would be available to the YouTuber who's supposedly recording this for Brie Larson, because Brie Larson, so crazy and so new to this, she just forgot to hit the recording button. I mean, isn't she so relatable and just like us? Remember when you forgot to hit the recording button on YouTube when you were doing your first video, which was a collaboration with a bunch of YouTubers that were way more famous than most of us will ever meet in our entire lives unless we pay exorbitant amounts of money for tickets to an event where we could at most maybe get 30 seconds alone with them, as long as we pay a separate nominal fee to take a photograph with them. Just like all of us. Real, true, real from the heart, totally true, totally legit, totally real. Definitely happened. I mean, honestly, who do the people behind Brie Larson starting a YouTube channel think that they're fooling with this? This couldn't look more inauthentic if you possibly tried. In fact, this is evocative of Susan Wojcicki announcing that she's going to have a YouTube channel as the CEO of YouTube, and doing the same exact thing where she called a bunch of YouTube creators to ask them what she should make videos about, because she's just a normal creator living the YouTube game just like the rest of us. Like, you think one of these creators, and I'm sure some of them were in the Susan Wojcicki video, would say, hey, look at this video, look at the likes to dislike ratio on this video. This is not a good idea. This is not a good format to launch yourself onto YouTube. You're already a celebrity making a YouTube channel, so you're already an interloper. You're already getting special treatment, getting verified when your channel has less than 100,000 subscribers, getting monetization instantly when people who have earned the right to be monetized on this platform wait months, and people lose their monetization arbitrarily for no reason for years. So don't do this faux authentic introduction to your video when nobody's going to believe that that's what this is.
Ideas. Do you have fears? Do you think that this is a bad idea? Do you think that this is a good idea?
What are your hobbies?
I have a garden that I'm really proud of.
Exactly.
Look at my lettuce.
Exactly. Like, that's okay. That's freaking. I didn't like actually think it was gonna be like beautiful lettuce.
Hey, Brie, Sean here. One time, you actually met my girlfriend at a restaurant, and you were really nice to her. So let me do the favor to you that you did to her when you met her, and you were nice, and you let her take a picture of you at that restaurant, and say, don't do this thing. Don't do the, what am I gonna make videos about? I like gardening. I have so many relatable hobbies. Muffins. We could talk about muffins on this channel. I'm so confused on what I should make videos about. Ain't I authentic and quirky and fun, just like you guys out there in the audience? I'm not a big Hollywood celebrity that's so disconnected from reality that I could tell people who work as reviewers who make far less money than me and don't get any of the same notoriety as me that they shouldn't be able to have an opinion on a movie based on their age, sex, and the color of their skin. I'm hip, fun Brie Larson, 30 years old, and just started to do a YouTube because this is something that I'm interested in doing. This isn't a publicity stunt. This wasn't coordinated with YouTube or anything like that. I mean, I was on Hot Ones, which is basically a corporate arm of YouTube at this point, and I am being promoted by all these mainstream news outlets as coming to YouTube as a totally coordinated career move, but this is a spontaneous move, and I just so happened to have the phone numbers of all the generic corporatist YouTube characters that nobody seems to like, yet have massive followings and keep getting mainstream attention, like Lily Singh.
There will also be deep conversations, anti-racist rhetoric, inclusive content.
I mean, I know you already started this channel by saying within the first sentence that you are going to be a political activist on this channel, you are going to talk about politics, which is the least likable thing about you. It's the thing that people despise about you. The interviews that people cut out of you are not just the ones where you look awkward with the Avengers cast, which may or may not actually be indicative of anything awkward behind the scenes, but in fact, you awkwardly taking weird political stances that are actually very offensive to people out in the audience who wish to consume your movies. But, like, come on, chill out, relax a minute. We know you're going to do that. We know you're that person. We're not against you having those political opinions. We might be against some of those political opinions as they're regressive, divisive, and they divide the country, that are being forced upon us by every major corporation, specifically Hollywood, while at the same time, all those major corporations, specifically again, Hollywood, all kowtow to the Chinese government, which is a repressive, authoritarian regime that is currently annexing Hong Kong, which should be a free and independent part of China, one country, two systems, which none of you actors seem to ever care about, because you'd lose money if you spoke about that, and it's far easier to pretend like you're risking it all to say something that's incredibly socially acceptable in the United States of America, rather than to actually risk it all and take a risk with your financial status against an actually authoritarian regime. But relax, we don't need the fake stuff on top of that hypocrisy. That hypocrisy already exists. It's already undeniable. It's already present in everything you do as Captain Marvel gets pushed overseas and has to meet the standards of this censorious authoritarian government. But we don't need the fake stuff about how you can't plug in your microphone as well.
I've always wondered why huge celebrities, we don't see peeks into the behind the scenes of their projects. And not just like the, I'm on set, no, it's your emotions while shooting. You're a human too.
And of course, no corporate YouTube-approved celebrity joining the platform video could be complete without an appearance from the unfunny, non-comedian Lily Singh. I mean, I didn't even have to show you Lily Singh in this video for you to know Lily Singh was in this video. In fact, when I decided to make a response to this video, I thought about only watching the first 5 or 6 minutes of it and then guessing that Lily Singh was going to be in the remainder of this video because, of course, Lily Singh is in this video. It would be absurd for her to not be in this video because this is what Lily Singh does. She's the corporate face, the figurehead of the platform. It should be PewDiePie's, you know, the #1 independent individual creator on this platform, but instead we get the unfunny person who clearly thinks that she's better than you in every way, shape, or form, Lily Singh. Honestly, there's not really much more for me to say about this topic, unlike independent Brie Larson, who's just learning the ropes of YouTube. My microphone was plugged in from the jump, so I won't have to reshoot this video.
So far, I have not done anything right. I forgot to plug the mic in, and then I didn't know how to record the Zoom, but we got that.
Yes, she made that joke about how relatable she is for not being able to plug in her own microphone prior to shooting her video multiple times, as if that's so much more authentic of the experience of people being on this platform. Yes, it was awful each and every time. But really, there's not a lot for me to add to this. I hope Jeremy from The Quartering enjoys the remodel of his kitchen that he will be able to afford based on the multiple response videos to Brie Larson's YouTube channel that I'm sure he will already be making by the time that this video is up. I want to give a special thank you to my patrons, especially Troy McClure, who obviously is a Simpsons character, but he donated $50 to put me over the top of my $500 goal. I also hit over 100 patrons at the time of me recording this video, so I want to say thank you guys so very much for that. Also, I'm at around 40 Subscribestar subscribers. All great, all around. I will be making the video where I talk about the debate sometime in the future, but it's good to let that debate, you know, kind of stand on its own before I add my commentary to it. But yeah, that's all I really have for you guys today. Check the links to the people that are banned from the platform so you could follow them on the other platforms, trying to support my friends when they get banned off of YouTube. Follow me on all my social media links, which are also in the description box of this video. Expect to see something soon on AJW2 Dreams Come True. Till next time.